Hey guys. Um Nif here. Why did I forget what I was about? Nif here, back with another episode of Everlasting Summer. Okay. Where was I last time? I forgot. We were on day 4. That's what I remember. And what happened last time? Oh yeah, the ball and stuff with Eliza. Yeah, okay. I got it. I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. Oh, yeah, that loud noise of a flipping bell. The alarm clock. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. But after I came to my senses, I realized that the cause of this ringing is my alarm clock. Yep. Wait, since when did... Yeah, where did it come from? Why is it standing near my bed? When did I get an alarm clock? What? It was 7:30, according to the clock. Olga Dmitrievna. Wait, why is it Olga Dmitrievna? Why is the spelling all different here? What? Dmitrievna. Olga Dmitrievna had already left, and there was nobody to force me to go to the lineup. Yay! Thus, I could sleep a bit more. I closed my eyes, but it seemed like my consciousness had already had its coffee and was ready for a long, productive day. I need to get up. Yep, I should plan my day out. After all, I need to at least find out something today. Time to find out the mysteries, but still, nothing came to my head. Actually, something did came to my head. Lena! How am I going to respond to her when I see her again? Dang. Fine. I need to wake up completely and wash myself. Oh, Xenia. On my way to the washstands, I met Xenia. What got you up so early? Anything wrong with being up early? She looked at me as if I had insulted her. Nothing. I'm just curious. None of your business. Gosh, Xenia isn't very sympathetic, even when she's in a good mood. But today, she looked even more furious than ever. Like, freaking, what the heck is wrong with her? The cold water perked me up. The fog in my head dissipated, and my thoughts arranged themselves. Yet my freaking speaking abilities is still horrible as ever. Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave when a quiet sound wafted past my ears. It's probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit farther. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. It seems like a forest already. Nobody, just a morning forest, probably. Oh, it's Miku. I returned to the washstand and saw Miku. Oh yeah, that was the name was. Who was looking for something on the grass. Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Oh, hello. Good morning. I accidentally scattered my tooth powder and just trying to get it all back up. Tooth powder on the ground, gathering it. How did you grass didn't seem to be helping matters? Yeah. Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, why? What else can I do? I don't have any more. It was the last I had. She pouted like a child who had just had her favorite toy taken away from her. Here, I'll give you mine. I dug into my bag. No tooth powder there. Strange. Didn't I just put it there? I walked away for just a minute and now it's gone. Weird. Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that it had just gone missing. It's probably mine, and that's why she's gathering it. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume that vanishing household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. What? Well, I'll be off. Yeah. Cheers. Visit us. I mean, visit me in the music club. I'm still alone there, but Miko's voice in the freshness of summer summer morning behind me. Wow, that sounds so mean. I just walked away from her while she was talking. What's with Semyon? Getting back to the leader's cabin, I took my cell phone and looked at the barometer. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Of course, it won't help me much in here, but still, finding a charge in 80s would mean inventing it in the 80s. Still, regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space and time displaced pioneer camp Savianok, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend the day productively. Or, in my case, to waste it in futile efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusual large crowd near the canteen. Give me a moment. Not this again. This has happened. Oh my god. Sorry. I just ate. So, yeah. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that the pioneers loved so much as the canteen. But why were they all crowding the porch? I came closer to find out what was going on. It looked like the all camp had gathered at the porch. They were all familiar girls, Olga Dmitrievna and electronic. What? They were all electronic. Nani? He's not a girl. The heck? They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Ah, Semyon. Have you seen Shurik today? No. What's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers? Well, that's new. But he was with you yesterday. She was talking to electronic. Oh. Yeah, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't there to be found? No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought he got up early and went to up and wash or something. Did you mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example, that he was going somewhere, for instance? Nope. What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 a.m. He might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know Shurik. She looked over to me seriously. Oh, dang. I really don't know Shurik. Well, no, I don't. But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could he miss? It's Ilya. How can he miss breakfast? Uliana grinned. Exactly. Time to eat anyways. I forgot the voice thing again. No, actually, I did try it. Before I record, and it wasn't that great, so I felt like nah, I shouldn't, because it was delayed, so it's not good for recording. I have to edit it, which is much more work. I have a lot of things to do. The pioneers proceeded into the canteen. Damn, when will I learn to read properly? Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was at the table with Elisa and Uliana. I could read fast, but when talking, unless it has an emotion, I could speak it properly. Take a seat. She pointed at the chair next to her. I sat down. Are you gonna get your food? Good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look too much of a different from yesterday, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Uliana prank. Want to go to the beach with us today? When? Right after breakfast. Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today, but if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? That is true. Sure, why not? Ah, cool. She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank. No, not at all. Uliana waved her hand at me. She sure is. Elisa grinned. She's always like that. I looked at Elisa attentively and suddenly remembered yesterday's evening. Her strange behavior. our quarrel, but now she looked like usual. Maybe there's no need to say anything to her. Though, I wasn't going to. At the end of the day, everything had happened that night stopped seeming unusual. As if it was just a dream. No way! I think she's right. Nobody believes me. Oliana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal, she said in such a way which left no doubt nothing good awaits for me today at the beach. Me and Elisa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked in my eyes, and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. I don't even have a swimsuit. Try mine. You think it will fit me? Give it a try. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. We'll find you some swimming trunks. Those words only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Okay. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Another. Give me a moment. I'm very sorry. This is horrible recording once again. Like it wasn't. Like episode 1 to currently what episode this is. Isn't horrible. It's horrible recording, horrible everything, horrible YouTuber. But that's how life goes. If you want great editing, I'll do those if people actually start watching. If actually someone would care. But let's not get into that. Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past by me, one by one. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed they didn't even consider me as a stranger. But exactly the opposite. Just another teenager, their age, their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not such caution as I had on my first day. Indeed, Eliza was back in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks, though you could hardly call them trunks. They looked like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, where did you get this? Where did you get these? Too scared to put them on? Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but wasn't going to make myself a laughing stock. Put them on, she said roughly. Why don't you try them on yourself instead? Wait, what? Why don't you try them on? Yeah. I think that color of this swimsuit would set off your eyes quite nicely. Let's make a bet. I had no desire to accept her bets. No, thank you. Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Then I'll tell everyone that you left these trunks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She bursted in laughter. I didn't want to argue with Eliza, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in these flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks. Hopefully. Oh, Olga Dmitrievna was waiting for me in the room. Semyon, did you hear anything about Shurik? Same as half an hour ago. I walked to my bed and took a towel. Are you going somewhere? Yes, to the beach. Wait, do you have a swimming trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall. Strange, the fact that it didn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. No. So, what will you wear? Good question. What? I don't know. Wait a minute. She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked a drawer. In a moment, she had a pair of normal black trunks. Wait a minute. Where did she get those? More importantly, Why did she have those? Someone from the previous session might have forgotten them. Considering all the strange things in this camp, it wasn't really a surprising thing to find men's swimming trunk in Olga Dmitrievna's room. Thank you. The trunks were just my size. Great. Whoop whoop. Chairs. I need a real chair. I'm like, what's... I got changed behind the cabin, went off to the beach. Yay, the beach! A lot of pioneers had already gathered there, but I recognized only Eliza and Uliana. Oh, it's Uliana. Come here! I walked over there to them and sat on the sand. I see you found something better. She stared at my trunks and smirked. As you can see... Come on, let's swim! I don't want to. Maybe later? I was not a fan of swimming. Suit yourself. The girl ran into the water. Why did I come here? Why am I not out looking for answers? Should I care about it now? Sovyanog seemed normal. Certainly, a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3 days and a half, but not one of them, taken separately, seemed to at all supernatural. Especially since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue. On the contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternatives do I have? I won't get any truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Should I try to leave this place? But how far can I walk, considering that I don't even know where I am? Turns out that the only option is to wait. That is true, because if, hey, walk, there's no way we're gonna go. After some time, the girls came back. Uliana had held something in her hands. Look! I looked up and saw a crawfish. Crayfish. Just a normal crayfish. Uliana lay next to me and started to torment it. Oh, poor crayfish. And, oh... Precisions. Why might this... leave the poor animal alone? Why? It's just a crayfish. So what? It has the right to live too. I rip its claws and ask it to cook to boil it for dinner. As if I have nothing else to eat. I looked at Eliza. She seemed to be totally uninterested in Uliana's fun with the poor sea creature. Tell her. What's wrong? It's just a crayfish. It deserves it. It looked like the girls missed their lessons on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment. Give it! I snatched the crayfish off Uliana. Suit yourself. I was a little surprised she didn't resist. I looked into the eyes of the poor animal. They didn't express anything at all, but I thought if it could speak, it would certainly be outraged. Maybe it would even go to the unconvention of human rights. To tell the truth, I wasn't sure that would help. Aw, poor crayfish. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free. So this is the river. Oh, I can see a train over there. Holy crud. Never mind. I'll catch more. There are plenty of them here, said Uliana. No doubt about it, I mumbled. There's a train over there. Time passed and I was getting sleepy. I fell asleep. Wow, that was fast. I don't remember what I was dreaming about, if I was dreaming at all, but I woke when someone shook my shoulder. So it's all got the meter. What's with your swimsuits? They, not, whatchamacallit, pioneer-like swimsuits. Nor clothing. Shut up, me. Olga Dmitrievna stood next to me. Did you come to swim too? I asked, still half asleep. No. It's almost time for lunch and we still can't find Shurik, Leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. Stupid me. And I want you to look for him. Seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. I was sincerely outraged. Every time it was getting clearer that Olga Dmitrievna considered me her errand boy to be used like a slave, or vice versa. If I came to you, then I want you to help me. Why exactly me? However, after giving it some thought, I decided to agree. After all, my shoulder and back got sunburned while I was sleeping and searching for Shurik. Searching for Shurik wouldn't let me get acquainted with unexplored locations of the camp. Is it me or the way it's grammar? Am I wrong? Okay. It was not exactly right to wander around wearing only swimming trunks. So I should get changed first. Yep. It's 66 so well. Such good drawing. 10 minutes later, I stood outside Olga Dmitrievna's cabin, deciding where to go. Oh. So. Uh, I have, since the last episode, I went here and here. And then, when I came here, I met Miku. Saw Miku. Which is weird. Because I saw her. So I haven't gone here nor here. I know a lot what happened, like, the last... I mean, not the last episode. The last time I recorded, that's what I meant. A lot of things happened. So if I try something new, I guess it feels like I'm cheating. I wanna go where it last came. Plus, I might trigger something because when I met Miku. But then again, I wanna go to the forest. I haven't gone to the forest, so let's try it. It was obvious that Olga Dmitrievna and her pioneers have already searched every nook and cranny of the camp, roamed the lengths and breadths of it. So probably it's not worth looking for Shurik in the canteen or on the beach or in the cybernetics lab. It was his second home, or maybe even his first. Thus, it might be worth looking around at the surrounding forest. I didn't plan to go far into the forest, otherwise it might be who they'll be searching for tomorrow. I didn't really visit the countryside often. I just stayed in a country house every summer during my childhood, but that one was very close to the city. But in this camp, it was possible to find everything I hadn't seen for so long: overwhelming vegetation, singing birds, and fresh air. Here we are. I found a meadow and sat on a stump. What a peaceful place this is. But where in the world is Shurik? Actually, he had been taken against his will. If he was taken against his will, this camp is far from normal, so pioneers' experience should not be all that strange. Oh, if he was not, then an intriguing possibility could be the work of whichever force sent me here, or is it just me, some separate local entity doing, or just some local. Lost in my thoughts, I didn't notice how the grass before me started moving. I looked closely and saw a squirrel. Oh. It approached me carefully and stared at my hands. Probably used to getting fed here. Sorry, friend, I don't have anything with me. Of course, the squirrel couldn't understand me and continued to just sit there, waiting for the treats. Aww. I felt sorry for it because I didn't even have a crumb of bread in my pocket. Aww. It's so cute and feels sad. I realized that I'm even ashamed to look at it in the eyes and decided to move on. Aww. Too bad. After some wandering, I came to visit the washstands. Turns out that he is not in the forest either. At least not in the surrounding area. And going farther is just frightening. I walked to the washstands and took off my shirt and tried to wipe myself down because I was already sweaty. However, it wasn't so easy. I wouldn't be able to get into the wash bowl and there isn't even a ladle. I suddenly heard footsteps from behind. I turned around. Oh, it's Electronic. Electronic was walking my direction. Looking for Shurik? Yeah, I am. You too? Yeah, me too. Listen, you know him better. Where could he have gone? I don't have a clue, he answered sadly. Well, I just don't understand why everyone has made such a fuss. During the night, wasn't he in the cabin with you? Then he can't have been gone for too long. Maybe he went for a walk? You don't know Shurik, said Electronic excitedly. He is fanatically dedicated to his work. His life consists of robotics and cybernetics. People like him are one in a million. No, in a billion. His talent is boundless. I look up to him. He's a man of steel. No, simply a triumphant. At that moment, he looked like Hitler, making a speech in front of a crowd of thousands. Even his gestures match. Exactly. Yeah, sure, bro. So what? So what? You don't understand, do you? No, not at all. He spends all of it. You see, all of his free time in our club. All. So, disappearing like that is unusual for him? Of course! Seems like Electronic calmed down. Okay. He looked at me intently. Are you going to wash? Not really anymore. Just rinse off a little. It is hot. Me too. He looked around. I wish there was a bucket or a ladle. Something to get more water with. Yeah, I know this already. Then, let's do this. He walked behind the washstands and pulled one of the taps. To my surprise, its end turned up, and rather pouring into the wash bowl, the water splashed up to almost 90 degrees. You could manage to wash yourself that way. I did not want to see this. I should have gone to the... Don't tell me there's a path to this. I should have gone to the Miku. Should have gone to the bus stop. Should have met Miku. Damn it. Meanwhile, Electronic took off his shirt and then squatted, so it seemed like he pulled down his shorts. This is so gay. Not... What? I can't really tell because the washing stand he was behind concealing up to his waist. What the heck with the music? Oh my god. He directed the stream towards himself and started to sing something quietly. Let's clean my chimneys. I stood astonished, not knowing what to do. He seemed to notice it. I'll wash myself and let you use it. Gosh, I got such a massive shell. Yep. Well, you know, I just remember that I have something to do. I gotta go. This is so weird. Out of all eccentricities of Electronic, the moment I just saw was the weirdest one. Hey, what's up with you? A cold shower on such hot day is like the best thing ever. No, that won't do. And anyways, I have to go. See you later, you damn weird ass person. What the heck with that? Oh my god. Semyon and Electronic. Oh, please no. Is there even a route for that? That's so weird if there is. But out of curiosity, is there? That's... I guess if Fujoshi was playing this, the person that likes, yaoi stuff, it would totally be happy. I put on my shirt quickly and ran back to the forest. I wonder what's going into him. Yay, let's go to the boathouse. But bus stop, boathouse, bus stop, boathouse, bus stop. I met Miku at the bus stop. So let's go boathouse because I haven't been there. Maybe Shurik decide to pick up stones near the water. In the worst case, I'll find his corpse. Wait, what? But I'm sure that won't end that way. Couldn't it? I was crossing the square when somebody called out to me. Oh, it's Eliza. Wait. Eliza came up and smiled. I'm happy I went to this route. I'm very happy because on the Miku route I didn't see her. I'm very happy. Wait, didn't I see her? I can't remember, but still I'm happy. Eliza came up and smiled. I immediately sensed the trap. Yep. A trap. Wait, trap. She's a trap? Wait, no. Where are you going? What's it? It's so hard to voice act. For her, like that is. I'm searching for Shurik. Olga Dmitrievna asked me. Actually, Dmitrievna, I think. That's how it... Olga Dmitrievna asked me to. And how is it? Exciting? She looked intently into my eyes and I turned away awkwardly. Not really. But you know, a pioneer is missing. Surely you're not freaking out over such a minor thing. What do you mean? Only a few hours of fast. Maybe he just lost the track of time while having a walk. Certainly I had the same idea, but I wasn't telling her that. Yes, that's true, but who knows what could have happened. Let me help you with it. Hmm, with what? I got suspicious. With looking for Shurik. Oh, but I can do it. Oh, come on. She smiled at me, but there was something malevolent in that smile. Naturally, her smile was cute enough, but it really seemed to be like there was something behind it. Well, if you insist, since I could not understand what's on her mind, I had no real reason to refuse. But before we go, I have to get one thing from home. Okay, I'll wait for you. You're actually serious about just standing there? Let's go. Okay. Oh, I have not been here before. A new place. We approach Elisa's cabin. Elisa's cabin. Elisa's. I like Elisa's. Which should probably Google the right pronunciation for all their names before actually starting episode 1. But I'm a person who does not give a crap, but would likely want to give a crap, but still don't give a crap. It will be just like all other it will be just like all other cabins, if not the Jolly Roger on the door. Yeah, but you know, it's cool. By the way, Oliana is my roommate. Okay. I sense a prank. No? Oh, cool. Whoa. We entered the cabin. The complete chaos inside really reminded me of that old flat. Though, why I thought of it as old? In general, I would image a girl's room differently. Snow white sheets, wall, floors, and ceiling shining, spotless. But when it, but it, but when you consider it, the two most exemplary pioneers are living here. We just stood silently for some time. And what did you need to get? Huh? Seems like I interrupted Elisa's thinking. Oh, yeah. It's not here, actually. Wait here. I'll be back in a minute. She smiled and ran out. She seemed really flaky today. I began to examine the room. I wouldn't say there had been an explosion. I'm sorry, the inner when I think about Megami, it was just a decent mess. Yeah, Megami came by an explosion. Explosion. Well, at least by looking at all this mess, creating one pioneer session, I can surely say that I'm not the messiest person in the world. The creation of the apartment took years to be completed. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. I was just looking around the room. Posters of Soviet artists, some books on the shelves, various household items. And then I realized that everything is wrong. Something will happen soon. Something bad. Why did Eliza leave me here all alone? There was something I had to discover. My gut told me that it's dangerous to stay here. I went to the door and tried to open it. Locked. Oh no! Dang it! What a surprise! How did she manage to lock me in? I was actually when she went out, I was like, she locked it, didn't she? I knew it. I didn't know what was on her mind, but I need to get out of here. I went to the window and opened it and climbed out. Now I can go and take care of business, or I choose the second option and vaulted and waited. What's the reason she locked me up? I wanted to know what's happening. Plus, I really wanted to see Elisa's face when she finds out her empty room. I hid in the bushes next to the house and waited. After some time, I heard footsteps. Alisa and Olga Dmitrievna came to the house. What? You'll see everything for yourself. She opened the door and went in. A few seconds later, she ran back out. What? Alicia's face looked as if she just won the mouse catching competition. But at the last moment, we found out it's not real Olympic sports. So he disappeared. Oh, this is a great art. I like this. Olga Dmitrievna asked skeptically. I did the right thing by closing the window after myself. Yes! Oh no! I understand everything. Divajevskaya. And you and your roommate, every time, the same thing. Haven't you had enough yet? But it's true! Really. One story after another. Semyon in your cabin. Semyon harassing you. Why did you keep lying? That's horrible. Eliza seemed really upset and to my surprise was not trying to argue. On the other hand, it was funny to look at. Yeah, it was, but on the other, I felt a bit sorry for Divajevskaya. She deserves it though. Our leader finally finished scolding her and left. Eliza was mad. Oh no, she clenched her fist and trembled. Her face was flushed. It seemed to me, that she was going to explode. Oh no! I sat in the bushes and laughed quietly. However, I was wondering what was on her mind, and I came out of my hiding place, not afraid of being beaten. So what exactly did you want to show the leader? Me? Eliza turned and looked at me with disbelief. After a moment's surprise, turned to anger. Uh-oh. You? What about me? She calmed down a bit. I wanted to get even with you. Oh yeah! Meaning, you lost the bet. Oh! Yes! I was right! I knew there was the bet! I knew the bet! I remember the bet! I lost to the bet! The bet! I remember the goddamn bet! The bet that I lost, the card game was actually so easy. I actually found that out after finishing like the last episodes, on the card game. I understood how it worked, but oh my god, I felt so stupid when I actually understood how it worked. I really didn't want to go back because it's like I want to play this where I left off as always. Except for this one because the videos had error. But still, gosh dang, I knew it. The bet. You lost the bet. So I wanted to show the camp leader how you're stalking me. I wonder what's wrong Olga Dmitrievna could find in this situation. But let's move on. I see. Maybe I should apologize to you? I asked sarcastically. Screw you! She went to the house, slamming the door. I wasn't angry at Eliza. In the end, I expected her to do something like this. Anyway, I got through it without consequences. I was very lucky. Her confusion and embarrassment just made my day. Yep, it does. Chuckling, I left Eliza's cabin, which was about to become my death trap. I went for lunch with mixed feeling, with a sense of accomplishment and with the realization of time wasted. The canteen was crowded. It actually makes me laugh as well. What happened to Eliza? But still feel a bit guilty because she was scouted. I couldn't stay unnoticed. Olga Dmitrievna called me. Semyon, come with us. The camp leader, Slavia, and Electronic were sitting at 4-seat table. I nodded and went to get my food. This time I had to spend several minutes in the queue. Today's menu didn't really seem to differ from the other day's menus. The dishes looked the same at least. When I sat at the table and wished bon appetit to everyone, Olga Dmitrievna said, So, what are you thinking? About what? We searched for Shurik all around. It's noon, and he's nowhere to be found. I took a note of the rhyme, but didn't want to point it out. We looked all over the camp. I went all around the neighboring forest. Olga Dmitrievna looked at me. And I helped too. We must call the police. Maybe we should wait until evening? I asked lazily. Maybe he went home? That can't be. Shurik lives thousands of miles away. By train? The nearest station. She paused. It's far off. Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached a point of constraining ways I could leave Sylvia and all the camp inhabitants, it started changing the subject. Is there really no? It's like you're gonna read that all the way. How far is far? Really far. The camp leader looked at me, indicating with her expression that asking more questions was not advised. So, should we go deeper in the forest? Maybe he got lost. Shurik always takes a compass. Chime in electronic. I wonder what else can be found in his magic vest, assuming he has one. If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be of no real use. Actually, it might be if you're smart. Police! We should call the police in the evening. Not right now, at least. Okay, so you'll do it later. They were all in silent. We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time. If he actually got lost, you have no time to lose. Cannot be sure. Then where is he? Where? There was some truth to the camp leader's words. Hiding the whole day, just like that, is suspicious. Why would he do that? Shurik seemed to be quite a person, quite a serious pioneer. Uliana would have been better fit for this behavior. So there is a good reason to believe that he was gone. All that can be done has already been done. We'll just have to wait. Slavia, Electronic, and Olga Dmitrievna looked at me sorrowfully, but didn't say a word. I finished my lunch, took the tray back, and left the canteen. Still the first half of the day. What now? The camp was drifting off for an afternoon nap. Only the Genda, stared at me through his glasses. Of course, he was staring somewhere else, but I had a feeling that he was constantly watching. Maybe there's a CCTV in it. Bet he knows where Shurik is hiding. He just can't say anything. The disappearance of the cybernetics club leader made me think. Maybe it's got something to do with my case. Whoa! Oh, Pioneer! The nurse stood in front of me. I looked at her curiously. Go and take my place in the infirmary. I have an urgent call. Somebody is injured. Wait, me? Yes, you. Take the keys. The nurse threw the keys and ran away. Why me? Is there anyone in this camp? And what exactly am I gonna do? What if something happens? Oh, what do I do now? I missed my chance to refuse. I stood in front of the door uncertainly. On the one hand, there is nothing to worry about. I'll spend half an hour or so here, and she'll be back. But what if someone comes for actual help? A broken leg or head injury? I began to worry too much. I hope that there's no injuries more serious than bruises and scratches in this camp. But at the same time, I could not shake the idea that there is a serious situation. I would be absolutely useless. Yep. I don't even know how to perform CPR. A magazine on the nurse's table caught my attention. A good way to relax, I guess. This is labeled Soviet fashion. The publication date or month were absent. However, this was not a surprise. There are much stranger things happening here. I didn't know much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Maybe. Models dressed in old-fashioned clothes and stared at me from the glossy pages. Nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes. I smirked. I wonder if Slavians, for example, consider this fashionable. I can only imagine what would happen if she appeared in my time wearing something like this. Imagine we're talking hand in hand. I'm wearing my coat with a hood, and she's dressed in a lavish dress covered with lace and things. Good imagination. Seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world exactly. Ho ho ho. With me. Ho ho ho. And not only Slavia. This dress better suits Uliana. This cute saffron also looks good on Eliza. The skirt and cardigan would look nice on Lena. If only they could be real. Exactly. I feel like you're talking about waifus on like virtual world. That's even more sad. Now I saw them. I heard them. I could even touch them. In what way? But still, they're here, and I simply do not belong in this place. It's alien to me. I'm just waiting for a chance to get out of here. Waiting because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed, put my head on the table, and fell asleep. Oh, that was fast. I was awoken by the noise on the door opening. Oh, it's Lena. Lena stood at the door. Yesterday, I promised to help her in the infirmary. Oh yeah, my cheeks became scarlet shortly and turned away pretending that I'm busy. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Lena. The nurse isn't here? Then I'll come back later. I'm substituting for her. Since I'm responsible for pioneers' lives, I should do it with full responsibility. Although, in fact, I was just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lena the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special, just a little headache. Let's do this. Some painkillers maybe? Of course, I wasn't aware of where to find the required medicine, so it took me a while to find them. Finally, I handed a metamizole tablet. Metamizole tablet to Lena. I don't know what that is. Thanks. She smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality, staring at her. What? Lena turned awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I didn't know what's going on to me, but I grabbed that magazine from the table and showed her that picture of a skirt and cardigan, which should really suit Lena in my opinion. Maybe I went completely nuts, thinking about all the girls being in my world. You want harem, in other words. That's understandable. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture. Yes, I guess. Is stuff like this in fashion? I guess. She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really? Why? Honesty is a good policy, especially when you're trying to this seems like flirty words. But in reality, you're even more suspicious if you just say you're just asking. But if you tell the truth, you'll be less suspicious but more weird. Suspicion is a hard thing. Weirdness is a easier thing to explain. No, it's not, but I'd rather tell the truth. Oh, thank you. It's alright. I'm just being completely honest. You were quiet for some time. How is your headache? Much better, thank you. She smiled. I'll be off. Good luck. Lena went out and I continued to look through the magazine. A lot of time passed already. After a while, somebody knocked at the door again. Seems that the infirmary is the most popular place to go. Suddenly, I decided to play a nurse, just a male version, and said, "Come in." Uh-oh, it's Uliana. The door opened and Uliana entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment where you decided to start knocking? Anything wrong with me knocking? She frowned. Aw, where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Where's the nurse? Right in front of you. I impulsively crossed my head and looked questioningly at her. I'd better go. I'd be better to die than be treated by you. She smiled mischievously. You didn't even let me try. Uliana thought for a moment. Though you could give me some pills. What's bothering you? It took me some time to reply. I have this stomach. Sure, it's not an empty head. I muttered under my breath. What did you say? Nothing. Give me a second. Found the pills in the first drawer. I opened. Thanks, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching Uliana, I could not imagine how much optimistic and active child could have any health problems. Overdose of stolen candies. Well, technically the candies she did drop it. Food poisoning. Considering the local cuisine isn't that surprising. Maybe. She smirked. I see you're still alive and kicking. Well, I'm not complaining. Bye. Uliana ran off to the infirmary, slamming the door. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for Shurik, wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. I was just sitting, flipping through the magazine. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with this situation. So far, everything that has happened here could have seen as just a trip to a summer camp. And if nothing changes anytime soon, then I can start worrying. Again, somebody knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Oh, Slavia. Slavia was standing at the doorway. Oh, hi. Isn't the nurse here? No. Hi. No, she's not here. I'm taking over for the day. Great. I'd like... She hesitated. What? By the way, Semyon? Slavia said, looking intently at me. What? Seems like I lost my keys. Have you seen them anywhere? Sure I have. Yeah, you lost them. You left... You left them. Yeah, you did leave them. On the last episode. Like, I think it's the first or second episode. When we first went to the canteen. Yeah, here. I found them near the canteen yesterday. I wanted to return them to you, but forgot about it. I was really bad at lying. My cheeks were red, my eyes were wandering around, and my hands were constantly shaking. Here. I was already preparing myself for an appropriate scolding by Slavia. But Slavia only took the keys and said, "Thanks. So, what have you come for?" I really need to change the subject. Does anything hurt? No, it's nothing. Strange. I wouldn't have been thinking such an open person as Slavia would keep something quiet. If there's something bothering you, tell me. That's why I'm here, to treat people. I smiled widely. No. I mean, yes, but no. Hearing that made anything possible, and even division by Shurik. So, how can I help you? You? I guess you can? She smiled and was going to leave, but suddenly stopped. However, could you step out for a minute? Why not? Okay. I stepped out of infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder what she might be doing. Something that I can't even see? After a minute, the door opened and Slavia came out. What could it be? Oh! It's a person who have learned the ways of bodies. I think I know why. After a minute, the door opened and Slavia came out. And she was carrying a small bundle. Yeah, I think I know why. It's understandable. I think I'm... By the terms of bundle, I think I know what happened, so I don't want to talk about it. Good luck, I shouted after her. Thank you. She gave me one of her sweet smiles before leaving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what it was, but I'm not gonna go talk about it because I don't like talking about stuff about bodies. Because body is such a weird thing. It's because our brain is such a weird thing. Because it thought of that bodies are weird things. Because my brain is a weird thing. I looked at the time. Oh, what time is it? In reality, it's actually nighttime. It was getting late. I had to read the magazine backwards and forwards. But the nurse wasn't here. Still here. Suddenly, the door burst open and Eliza rushed inside. Uh-oh. She looked at me piercingly. And what are you doing here? Sitting, I admitted honestly. Okay then. It's even better without the nurse, she murmured. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Liza didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the drawer. Isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Well, I'm kinda in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Then give me some activated carbon. Stomachache? Yeah. She grinned sharply. I got a feeling there was something wrong here. By the term, I'm pretty sure there's something wrong here. I'm not gonna give it to her. But then again, what if I was wrong? should be even more pissed. Nah, I'd rather be punched in the face than give her that. Really? A stomachache? Really? Doesn't seem so. What? They have to toss my lunch all over the place for you to believe me? I don't know what terrible things can be done with activated carbon, but I'm sure you will think of something. She hesitated. And what if you're right? There! I knew it! Then I was certainly not giving it to you. Eliza tried to get to the drawer, but I blocked the pillbox with my chest like Alexander Matrosov. Alexander Matrosov was a Soviet infantry soldier during Great Patriotic War, posthumously awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union for blocking German machine gun with his chest. Holy crud! That's pretty amazing. Like going to war and just blocking everything. Shot. Did he die in an instant? Because I'm pretty sure you will die when you get shot by a machine gun in your chest. But that's amazing. He is pretty a hero. For all her impudence, she was still just a girl. She had no chance of pushing me aside. But if it was me, which is the real person who's playing, which is Nif, which is me, was in the game, and Alisa was there, she could have actually pushed me off. But since this is Semyon, hey, Semyon got a good old body. Whatever, I'll find it somewhere else. She turned away and headed to the exit. At the door, Alisa stopped and looked back. By the way, the camp leader and the nurses are carrying a pioneer with a broken leg. I really don't care, but they seem to be struggling. Yeah, sure. Come see for yourself. Alisa seemed to be lying, but on the other hand, as long as I can see her. I came to the door and looked outside. No one was there. What exactly? They haven't reached here yet, then. She made a helpless gesture. Have fun? What's it? I returned to the table, only then realized that one of the drawers was open. God dang it! Stupid Semyon. How did she make it so quick? I turned my back just for a second. Though, what evil can come from an activated carbon? Yeah, what evil? Just about 5 minutes till dinner, and the nurse wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this won't do. She asked me to look after it after all. And who knows what might have happened if I leave. Though who would have wanted to steal anything from here? Except for Eliza stealing activated carbon. I opened the magazine again and began flipping through it for the nth time. The fashion of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yawning got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner had already started. Of course, it had to be one to watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to be having its own opinion on the matter. I stood up and suddenly headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind the door. Could be somewhere else who got poisoned, broke their arm, or something even worse. I sighed heavily and pulled the doorknob. However, there was no one there. Seems like it was just my imagination. I returned inside and instantly noticed there's something had changed in the infirmary. An apple. To be precise, an apple had appeared on the table. Whoa! An apple. What the heck? But where from? Fruits can just materialize by thin air, can't they? Probably in this world, but that sounds stupid. Though, in this camp, anything is possible, to be honest. Yeah, chances are somebody just brought it here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me? Given that she's all shy and... But wait! How could she just slip past by me like that? Lena wouldn't climb through the window after all. So there must be something else. I was suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple's poisoned? Though, why would someone complicate things when I'm here totally helpless and can be killed way more easily? Or it might be the apple which Eve tasted at first in the garden. It tasted in the Garden of Eden. In that case, I certainly shouldn't eat it. The same second, my stomach reminded me it was there, rumbling treacherously. Damn stomach! However, it would take me time to close the infirmary, to reach the canteen, to get food. My stomach's about to eat itself. There's nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I tried to remember if this apple was here before. In the end, I must have appeared from somewhere else. Maybe it got here through the window? The shutter was slightly open, so someone have reached it and put it here. Nothing serious. However, I'm in a dream world or drug state. Whatever happens, happens. So, I'm hungry. So I'd eat the apple. Maybe, like, it may be Lena, and she was just so shy, and she, you never know. If it's poison, well then game over. Finally, hunger prevailed, and I started chewing on a ripe green apple with gusto. Tastes like a normal apple. Though, I don't think it's even strongest poison can be tasted. But it's too late to think about that. It was time to go for dinner. Oh, it's electronic. Along the way, I ran into electronic. How's it going? Did you find Shurik? No, still no sign of him. Don't worry, we'll find him. I tried to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? No, finding Shurik is more important. He muttered thoughtfully. I left him at the crossroad and wished him good luck. Good luck, Shurik. Electronic. Pioneers crowded in the doorway. I quickened my pace and trying to be the last one in the line. At least for today. And I was lucky. In the far corner was an absolutely empty table. I took out my dinner quickly and sat at the table. Tonight's dinner consisted of fruit soup and a pair of buns. Fruit soup? Fruit soup? What's a fruit soup? I haven't tasted a fruit soup before. Weird food, to be honest. I like the food here. Weird. Also, the girls here with colored hair. Very weird. But this one I like. She looks like Megamine. If you put a hat on it, then it's slightly putting a bit of hair over here. Why am I thinking about that? The inner anime fanatic is just eating me up. This set surprised me for the first time, but the taste was actually nice. I concentrated on eating. Lena, let's go over here. Look, 3 free chairs. Oh, Lena and Miku stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Of course. I wish you were alone. Yeah, I'd rather talk to Lena. No, I'm fine with Miku. What the heck? Thank you. As soon as Lena said that, Lena jumped out from behind her back. I'll sit here. There's no place left, she said, putting her tray on the table and sitting down, not even waiting for an answer. Sure, make yourself at home, I muttered sorrowfully. What? Nothing. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company just to Lena. Though neither Miku nor Xenia were causing much trouble, except one was too talkative and the other one was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially comparing to some others I could name. Oh, seems like I forgot my keys. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised at Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course. Didn't you know? Together. Our cabin is the rearmost. I mean, the farthest from here. The last one. Wouldn't have been surprised if somebody told me that Lena lived with Slavia. Or with Xenia, at worst. Even electronic. But silent and shy Lena, and excessively talkative Miku as pair? That's a real surprise. Did you find Shurik? Oh, did you? It's just Xenia. It's strange that Xenia is disturbed by someone's problems. No. Surely he is at the village buying cigarettes. Or vodka, she snorted. Village? The moment the conversation got more interesting. Got a problem with the village? Xenia looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? I don't think so, she said uncertainly. I looked at Lena and Miku, but they were busy with their meals and did not pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Xenia stared at her dish. But there was something nearby. Listen, Listening? I don't know. Will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her. Though there is a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miko talking about some nonsense. I was just going slowly mad in silence. Obviously, the first thing I did after getting out after Dad was to inhale a great breath of fresh air. Probably also drink a bit, because my throat hurts. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I would find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. There was something interesting could arise quite unexpectedly. I was approaching the square when I heard a loud bang. Uh-oh, seems like something had exploded. Activated carbons! Activate! Boom! I feel like I know what happened. I was paralyzed. I'm in a hostile environment, not knowing the rules and laws of this place. It would be better for me to run, but at the same time I was curious. Probably would have just kept standing there, but somebody grabbed my hand. It was Olga Dmitrievna. Why are you standing there? Let's go and see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged her pitifully. It shouldn't be anything serious. I hope. When she came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers. Olga Dmitrievna vigorously pushed through the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously, and someone had tried to blow up Genda. Genda or Genda? I'm gonna go to Google after this. But the attackers failed. The monument was still standing upright. There were only dim ash traces on the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Surely it wasn't done by an organized or terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. I noticed Uliana and Elisa in the crowd. And it looks like our camp leader noticed them too. You two, come here. They approached reluctantly. Why always me? If you think so, show me your hands, Divitskaya. What's wrong with them? I looked closer and saw they were smeared with black. Now it's clear. What did you make with the bomb? The junior terrorists seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly. Activated carbon, saltpeter, and sulfur. Wait a minute. Carbon? Carbon that is stole from the first aid kit? Why exactly the monument? What did the honored man ever do to you? The fighter for the rights of... I could hardly imagine how long she would keep on scolding Eliza if Electronic hadn't popped out at the very monument, shouting, I found it! I found it! Everyone turned around towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here! Electronic boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shurik's boot! Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest, on the way to the old camp. Whispers among the pioneers. Old camp? Old camp? Are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about this old camp? I joined in the conversation. It's nothing special, really. She stammered. One of the Sloveniok's legends tells the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with a pioneer, but he rejected her, and so she killed herself. She committed harakiri with a kitchen knife. Harakiri? Could someone tell me what harakiri is? Next day, the boy was hit by a bus. Oliana ran out of the crowd. Bus? I refrained from asking about the route number. But science doesn't acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have nothing to be afraid of. Anyway, somebody should go there. Suddenly, the crowd started to thin out. Olga Dmitrievna, it's almost night. Maybe tomorrow? I turned around and saw Slavia and Lena. What if at night something happens to him? No, today, right now. By the way, where is this place? Electronic roughly described to me the directions and told me the story of the old camp. The camp leader looked at me attentively. If you think that you're the only man here. I looked around the area. Of course, Electronic was quick to flee. Wasn't freaking believing, of course. God damn you, Electronic, every single time. I still didn't want to walk in the woods alone. If you asked me, I would. Oh no, man. Man, I don't wanna pick girls. In this situation, it's like a douche move, bro. Bro, it's a douche move. I'd likely go alone though. Because it's like you're going to a horror-filled place. Well, technically, people who aren't that easily scared will be Slavia, Lee and Lena. Oh wait, people who would probably be scared will be Slavia and Lena, and the ones who wouldn't easily would be Eliza and Uliana. Especially Eliza. Elisa or Eliza, one of those. So it's like, if I go alone, it'd be a manly thing to do. And I don't want, like, if something happens to them, I don't want anything happening to them. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. But it's like, it doesn't feel right to go, you know. I feel like this is a great way to make a move on them. That's a flipped up thing to say. I am a man, I shall go alone. Am I going to dare alone? Olga Dmitrievna looked thoughtfully. Perhaps you're right. We'll go together tomorrow morning. We stood in silence for some time, then dispersed around camp. Everybody seemingly forgot about Eliza and her terrorist act. Maybe due to the minor damage it caused. Together with the camp leader, I went towards our cabin. I tried to think of why Shurik would go to the old camp. He is interested in robots and cybernetics, not scary stories and ghosts. And what does that would have to do with it? I remembered how I decided to wait until morning. Extraordinary would happen. Something extra. And then I realized, this is it. Olga Dmitrievna, I'll take a walk before bed. It's not a long one. Okay. When you reach the square, I understand that hanging around the forest for some strange place may not be that scary. By doing so in the dark, I didn't want to return to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin, but I have to find a flashlight. For instance, there was one in the infirmary. I was glad I didn't spend my whole time reading the fashion magazine. Probably get the flashlight. There we go. The flashlight was found quickly. In a few minutes, I was again standing at the square, pulling myself together. I just had to make the final decision before I entered the forest. Moving past the pioneer's cabin, down the forest path towards the abandoned camp, I set forth. Electronic told me that the old building was built immediately after the war. It looked like a kindergarten, or like a barracks, I expected, and definitely could hold fewer pioneers than today's camp. It had been abandoned for 20 years. Creepy. It was totally dark. The forest looked totally different at night. Mysterious shadows were hiding in the trees. Strange rustling and cries of night birds coming from everywhere, branches treacherously snapping under my feet. The full moon was shining, so I decided to save the battery in the flashlight. I'm sure I will need it sometime soon. The further I moved, the more unpleasant thoughts came into my head. I wasn't afraid of the dark at all. I didn't believe in ghosts and other mystical crap. But at the same time, during the last few days, I'd encountered so many incomprehensible phenomena that against my own will I started to read between the lines of the simple things. Obviously, I felt exceptionally uneasy in the forest at night. Everywhere I looked, every shadow, every tree or bush looked like weird creatures escaping straight from the horror movies or from Stephen King's novel. A branch seemed to be someone's hand, eager to grab your shoulder. A fallen log, someone's dead body. Someone who had failed to get out of the forest. In every gully, I saw a bottomless abyss. If I had found myself in the forest under any circumstances, with all these buses and pioneer camps, of course I would still feel uncomfortable, but then I would be able to explain everything with logic and be afraid of nothing, except for owls and mice, of course. But at the moment, there was more than enough reasons to fear. Despite all this, I reached the old camp without any adventures. Cool. Not cool. This is creepy AF. In a little glade, in a little glade surrounded by trees stood a house resembling a kindergarten. Paint peeled off the walls. Almost all the windows were broken. Broken masonry here and there, holes in the roof, and looked like those by bombing. In front of the building was a little garden, surrounded by a rusty fence. Apparently once it was a playground, with a merry-go-round, swinging slides, and other Soviet attractions. But time is cruel. All of them were broken, what's that? Mul, mutilated by corrosion. What the heck's wrong? I'm so stupid with reading sometimes. It just doesn't add up in my brain that fast. The grass was all tall. Then it almost came up to my waist. Oh, the light. It looks a bit. The moon looked out from behind the clouds and illuminated the old camp. Creepy. Seemed like everything came back to life. Windows shone with new glass and walls looked like they had been painted with fresh paint. I heard playful laughter, saw translucent children joyful running and frolicking around. My freaking hair is standing. A strict camp leader on the threshold holding a basket with ripe apples in her hand. The old lady taking a nap in the shade. I sent chills down my spine. It really did as well. It did send chills. Of course, my imagination was just playing tricks, but the old camp itself was so similar to the old post-apocalyptic pictures I had seen that these visions were no surprise. I stood undecided for long before I dared to go further. After all, I'm here to find Shurik. Though I still don't get it what he might be doing here. If he even is here. A boat somewhere nearby doesn't seem anything. However, if I was not eaten by wolves, for some reason, it seemed like there were no wolves in the forest. This must be the only place where he might be hiding. I carefully crossed the yard, pushing tall grass apart, trying not to bump into a jagged piece of metal. But he stopped in the doorway, hesitating. An impenetrable heavy darkness stared back at me from inside. Even the bright moonlight could not illuminate any object, or even highlight a silhouette. My head was flipped with different thoughts that all said it's better for me not to go any further and run away quickly. But I pulled myself together, turned the flashlight, and stepped over the threshold. Inside the building looked like a typical kindergarten. I still remembered my childhood days, and so everything here looked very familiar. Sleeping room with the lines of beds standing close to each other, a large playroom, toilets, and a dining room, and utility rooms. Signs of past children's joys were seen everywhere. From time to time, the flashlight drew my attention to a decaying doll or a plastic toy car, or a punctured rubber ball, or a broken rank of tin soldiers. There was a book on the table, faded with age. I flipped through the pages. It was a story I had read long time ago, back in my childhood. Something about the war. Enemies destroyed the kindergarten and all of its kids hid in the little basement, together with a bunch of adults, while bombs were exploding up on the surface. I don't remember the end of the story, but as far as I remember, nobody died. Looking at the illustrations, all emotions, fear, sadness, sympathy for the children, and the sense of hopelessness, which I had experienced while reading the book, came over me. It's strange that under exactly these conditions, right here and now, that I found this book. Probably there's somebody who manages this ongoing story, who writes the scenarios for this absurd play, who sews costumes for the local pioneers and creates sets like this abandoned camp. To tell the truth, he is very talented. Attention is paid to even the most minor details. Although this place was abandoned long time ago, everything here seemed to be untouched. Of course, time didn't spare this camp. In so many years, it had often been visited by the locals. A perfect place for young people just ending puberty. They could drink alcohol, indulge in amorous pleasures, or simply burn everything down just for fun. Electronic mentioned this place full of legends. Legends of ghosts and devilish things living here. Like, take for example the story of the camp leader who committed suicide. In my world, nobody will believe that this could stop somebody, but in reality, anything is possible. Certainly, the fear didn't disappear, but I decided that it's nice that I'd come here. I was going to carry it to the end. On to the end. The building was small, so wasn't difficult to search it completely. But I didn't find any sign of Shurik. I don't know. maybe I should just call him out. But on the other hand, maybe that's not such a good idea. Frustrated, I sat on the bench in the lobby and sighed. Ghost, where are you? That's a bad idea. I asked the camp, and all of a sudden I noticed a strange depression in the corner. A small trapdoor. An adult would barely be able to squeeze through it. And it seemed to me that it had recently been opened and as the dust was cleared around it. And so here's the part where I need to be scared. So Shurik went somewhere. What might be lurking beneath the trapdoor? A basement? What would be he doing there? Holy crap, I actually got scared a bit. This is actually getting creepy. I pulled open the hatch and pointed the flashlight into the darkness. There was a ladder going down a couple of meters, ending in the concrete floor. There was a low, narrow corridor disappearing in the darkness. I hesitated for a long time. Am I sure I can do this? On one hand, I had absolutely no desire to go down there. But on the other hand, if Shriek was really there, I swore loudly and began to descend. God damn it! Downstairs it was so dark that even the flashlight didn't help much. A low ceiling, wires extending along the walls, broken lamps clad in iron bars. I've all seen it all somewhere. I slowly started to move deeper into the dungeon. The path went down, and after a dozen meters, ended in a stairway with high steps. Oh! Soon I found myself in front of a massive metal door. There was a sign painted on it. I looked closely and realized it was a biohazard sign. No wonder. If the old camp was built after the war, and it lasted until the 70s, so it's an ordinary bomb shelter, and there's nothing to be afraid of. However, those thoughts made me even more scared. I made the decision and opened the door, which immediately shut with a sharp sound as soon as I stepped through the doorway. I shut it strongly, my hand began to tremble, and my vision dimmed. I regained consciousness after a few seconds, and only did I realize that apparently a strong spring was attached to the door. I found myself in a quite spacious room. In the beam of the flashlight, I could see a bunk bed, some cabins along the walls, and several devices of unknown purposes located in the far corner. It seems that this bomb shelter had never been used. Nobody even came here. The beds were made, which is strange in itself. I carefully looked around the room several times. Cabinets were filled with gas masks, chemicals, and protective suits. Drying rations, various domestics, and odds and ends. Device which I, at first, could determine the purpose of were gauges of radiation, air pressures, and temperatures. In short, it was a typical bomb shelter. I'd never been in such a place before, but it was how I'd imagined it. The only things that remained unexplored was the door at the other end of the room. I pulled the handle, but the door would remain closed. If someone recently came down here, and he wasn't in this room, then it would be logical to assume that he is behind this door. I called out in a whisper, "Shurik?" No reply. Maybe he locked himself out? But why? It was unclear what I should do next. Perhaps it should be smarter to come back tomorrow with help. But for some reason I had a feeling that behind the door I would find the answers that I can't wait to be found. I walked across the room and took the crowbar from the corner. I wedged it under the bottom of the door and tried to rip it with its hinges. Oddly enough, after a while, I did just that. Fortunately, it wasn't as massive as the previous door. Boom! The door gave out and slammed onto the floor. I took a deep breath and pointed the flashlight down to the passage. More corridor. A corridor vanished in the darkness, the same as the one which brought me here. The walls were closing in. My head almost touched the ceiling, but I could not make it out the end of the corridor. I walked carefully, looking around, but this was the reason I did not fall into the pit. Is that a train track? Oh, the hole was about 1.5 meters in diameter, and there was earth at the bottom of it instead of concrete. It seems that the hole was caused by an explosion. It wasn't too deep. It could easily be climbed out later. After I jumped into the hole, I found myself something resembled in an old mine. The walls and ceiling were reinforced with wooden beams. This is creepy AF. The tunnel was so long that my flashlight was inefficient. Uh-oh, I feel like we're gonna get lost. A few minutes later, I found myself at the crossroads. It's too dangerous to go further. I could get lost. Yep, I decided that it would be a good idea to somehow mark the place with which I would begin my journey into the labyrinth. So I picked a small stone and made a big notch on the wall. Oh, cool, nice. So, oh. So what's to decide? Let's go to the right path. Seems that there's another fork in the road. Oh, let's go to the right side. Seems there's another fork in the road. Let's go to the left side. Since there's another fork in the road, let's go to the right side. Since there's another fork in the road, let's go to the right side. Oh, nice. Maybe whatever decision you make is the same crap. I don't know. Around one last turn, a door appeared from the darkness. Oh, this is creepy. It opened and went inside a small room. Nobody was here except Shurik, who's sat in the corner. Shurik, hey bro. Hey, Shurik! He stared at me with eyes full of terror. Ah! Don't come near me! Shurik, it's me, Semyon! I won't give up so easily. He grabbed a piece of reinforced bar from behind his back and started waving it around. Shurik, what's wrong with you? Calm down! First you bring me here, then you take me through this... Then you take me through this mine, and now you're pretending to be Semyon? You must be gone completely nuts. Shurik, calm down! Nobody's pretending to be me. I really am me. I tried to talk so as calmly as I could, but I was almost feeling more nervous than him. Semyon? He squinted. Is that really you? Yes, and now tell me what happened. How did you get here? Shurik recovered his breath and started to talk. I needed some parts for the robot, and I heard that there's a bomb shelter in the old camp, and there could be some instruments there. So I got up in the morning and went. He stood in for a minute, trying to deal with the trembling of his hands. I found suitable parts, but then I read primal fear in his eyes. The voices, they told me to go here. I went down the mine, then they were telling me to go to the right, then left, then right, then left, then right, then left. He started to laugh hysterically. Oh crap, this is creepy. But then they won't get me. I'll stay sitting here. They won't find me here. Once again started to wave in his pipe in the air. Shriek, there's no one there. It was quite a lot of time walking the mine like you, but I didn't hear any voices. He fixed his eyes on me. Then you're with them! Uh-oh. Shriek rushed towards me. I was just barely able to dodge him. Damn it, you could kill me, Shriek. Flipping Shriek. But the flashlight wasn't lucky, and took full force of Shrik's blow. What the heck, Shurik? We found ourselves in complete darkness. Now it was my turn to lose my mind. What have you done, you idiot? I lashed out with my hand in the direction where I expected Shurik to be, but no avail. Now we will both die here. I got nothing but silence in return, but then quite hysterical laugh. It's alright. That's fine. I know where to exit is. Follow me. Follow you? Where? I can't see a damn thing. Follow my voice. I had no other choice. Here. Shrik's voice was heard from somewhere further on. How do you know where to go? I walked all over here. Then why didn't you leave? The voices. Quiet. They can hear us. In theory, I could believe there are some supernatural forces here. In the Soviet camp, they'd just be a daily occurrence. But there was no reason to panic yet, though my hands were shaking non-stop. Here! I slowly followed his voice and eventually lost track of time. We could have been roaming for a few minutes or for a few hours. Finally, a dim light appeared in the distance. We're here! We reached the wall. The way towards our freedom was blocked by a lattice on the ceiling. I pulled myself out and recognized the square from the bits of landscape I could see. Lift me up! Shurik obediently followed my request. I started to hit the grating with my fist so hard it just few strikes. My arms were all covered in blood. Oh, that hurts. But in return, the grating gave away and pushed open. A minute later, we were out of the surface, behind the monument of Kenda. I saw the grating before. I had no idea there could be a catacombs below it. They will come for you. I fell to the ground, exhausted. Who? They will come, said Shurik again and ran away. I was so exhausted I could not even bother to think about some voices or recalling the forsaken camp, the bomb shelter, or the mine. Almost unconscious, I reached the camp leader's cabin, but I couldn't go to bed right away. Olga Dmitrievna. Well, look who's here. Olga Dmitrievna. Hey, sorry tiredly attempting to cut the explanation to a minimum. You said you were going for a walk, but instead, I was going to call the police. And Olga Dmitrievna, can I wait until tomorrow? I'm really tired. The camp leader eyed all over me. Okay, fine. I was a bit surprised that she agreed as fast, but decided not to waste this opportunity and quickly turned the light off and darted under the covers. Oh, this is the end of the day. The end of the day. This is the end of the day. Save it 3 times before I go. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Everlasting Summer, which is like an hour every single episode. Who watches an hour episode unless it's beautified, entertaining stuff? But if you like watching this, thank you very much. If you watched it since episode 1, thank you very much. I'll see you guys later. Nif signing off. Bye.